everybody in that industry have the same answers and the same content across their blog posts, social media. So everything looks a bit samey. And the reason people come to you is because you're different, because you're you, your tone of voice, the way you work, how you act, how you talk, how you teach, whatever your service or product might be, there will be a specific reason why people come to you. Hi and welcome to Business Rainbows and Unicorns, where there's no such thing as failure if you don't try. This podcast is specifically for business owners or wannabe business owners. Say you've got a side hustle or you've got a passion for something and you think it'd be absolutely amazing, or you see people that do amazing things with their passions and what they enjoy doing. Well, you can do that. So please subscribe and we hope you enjoy listening to this episode. Hi and welcome to Breakout Business Rainbows and Unicorns. Another short on this episode, just to talk about the 5 social media's worst kept secrets. So this is for the people that might have a look at their social media. They know it's not where they want it to be, or you're scrolling through wondering how everybody else does it. Like, how do they get their feed looking like that, their grid? How are they keeping on top of everything, whether they've outsourced their social media or they don't have an employee to do just their marketing or social media. You might want to know how they've done it. And there are certain softwares out there which will make your life so much easier. Just to note, we're not affiliated. We don't get anything for this. This is just what we do and what works really well for us and a number of our clients. So the first one being is Canva. You might have heard of Canva, you might have come across Canva. Canva is, if you think of Microsoft Publisher, so you'd make your school posters or event posters, whatever it might be. Canva does that, but on a complete another level. So you can create flyers, posters, business cards, pull-up banners, Instagram stories, videos, posts, you name it. So 9 times out of 10, if you see someone's done a really good post with maybe a bit of writing across it, photo in the background or photo in the corner, maybe they've put a picture of themselves on it with some text around it, it is probably done through Canva. Now there is a free version which is great, but depending how much you're going to use it and what you need to use it for, the pro version just unlocks absolutely everything for you. Doing what we do, we obviously have the pro version, but if you're looking to just take your business to the next level and write some text and put additional things rather than just standard photos, Canva's the one to use. It goes on your desktop, the app's on your phone, so either way you can have it accessible and edit it and add to it as you need to. The next one is Meta for Business. So it used to be called, or it's on the app as Business Suite, used to be Facebook Business or Business Facebook, whatever it was. So as you may or may not know, Meta is the company that owns Facebook, Instagram and now Threads. We won't throw that into the conversation today, but that's just been a new social media which has just been launched. However, Meta for Business allows you to have your business separate to your personal Facebook page or Instagram page. So gone are the days where you just used to have to do everything through your Facebook profile. Yes, you need to have a Facebook profile to administrate and run your business page. However, if you've got Meta for Business, it completely separates it for you. You can switch off at the weekends. You can have it as a separate app as well. So all of your messages, your posts, comments, everything is in one place. You don't have to worry about looking at a post and liking it as your personal page instead of your business page. If you ultimately don't want to mix the two or people realise that you are part of that business. So Meta for Business allows you to schedule posts, allows you to manage your inbox and sees all the comments and shares. It also allows you to manage Instagram and Facebook ads, as well as keeping on top of all of the comments, and you get to know all your insights for your business, so any reporting tools, and want to know how well you're doing, what post does well, what didn't work. That will help you do that. There are other separate apps to schedule and separate softwares to do that for you. Hands up, a lot of them are paid for. I'll be honest, that's why we don't use them, because we do a lot of scheduling and manage a lot of social media for people. If we were talking a year ago, I wouldn't have recommended this. It wasn't where it needed to be. Meta have done a lot of work on this to bring it up to be efficient. There are bugs, there are always bugs. However, it is, once you get the hang of it, it is very, very simple to use and great to schedule, I think currently up to 30 days in advance. So really worth using for your business. Main reason it's a badly kept secret is it saves people time and energy. You know yourself, some days you'll be more than happy and comfortable and really proactive and in the mood and motivated to create loads of posts, loads of content. Other days it would be like the tumbleweed rolling through your head. You just can't engage and can't get with it. So if you can schedule 5, 10, 15 posts all out at once while you've got your heads in the game, then brilliant. Meta allows you to do that. So you go in Canva, create the posts, go into Meta, schedule them, and that's done. The next one is ChatGPT. I think I'm never going to say that right. I'm never going to get it right. AI, chat, however you want to explain it. Ultimately, this is still a bit controversial. You can pretty much put in any caption, question, wording, whatever you want, whether it's captions, words, text, images, videos, you can ask some AI to create it for you nowadays. ChatGPT is exactly the same. So you can put in there, if maybe you're a photographer, 5 reasons to have a photographer photograph your wedding, and it will immediately write that out for you. It's writing you a blog post, 5 social media captions, whole social media post. It can give you the content to talk about. Maybe you're doing a podcast. Is it cheating? Depends how you look at it. The information's out there. You've always been able to Google that kind of information and someone else's, but this isn't someone else's. You're not stealing someone else's content. However, everyone has access to it, and that's what I mean. However, everyone has access to it. I've spoken to a couple of companies recently, and that's now how they do blog posts. That's brilliant, and it saved them a lot of time, because sometimes you find it really difficult to think about why you should or how you do a self-assessment, or what's the latest in VAT returns, what's the latest news in corporation tax. But if everybody in that industry is Googling, is asking chat and AI for the same questions and same content, they all have the same answers and the same content across their blog posts, social media. So everything looks a bit samey. And the reason people come to you is because you're different, because you're you, your tone of voice, the way you work, how you act, how you talk, how you teach, whatever your service or product might be. There will be a specific reason why people come to you. If there wasn't, then we wouldn't have Waitrose and Aldi. We wouldn't have several different things. You wouldn't walk down the bottled water aisle and there'd be 100 different types of bottled water, which is actually something that's available in this country for free. Crazy, right? So I would say use ChatGPT, but add your own angle to it. Talk about it and change it. It might be good to use for inspiration, but add your own angle to it. The next worst kept secret in a local photographer. So whether you want to use your own photographer or try and do it yourself if you've got a really decent phone, is getting good quality images for whether it's your website or social media profiles. It doesn't have to be artistic, it just has to be your style. Find a style you like and what works for you. Some people might have a lot of different darker images. Some people might have product. If it's a product image, you obviously want it to be bright, clear, every single angle. But if you want to invest in something, I'd recommend that's what you invest in. It's the photography, especially if you need images to sell your products. There are some really, really good photographers around, and whilst you might have and know some, whether it's wedding photographers, landscape or different ones, they might be happy to help you out with your social media. If you think about wedding photography, their busiest time is going to be in the summer. They might want something to do in the winter and be happy to help out. We've got someone local to us that's more than happy to come round. We set everything up. And the bonus of working for a photographer is if you work well with them, you can get those images quite quickly. So you can then build up stock imagery for your own business. So if I use Liam, for example, from Record and Repurpose, he might want some pictures or images of his equipment, him setting up, him sat editing. So just you agree on this is what we're going to do. So you come in and they take 50, 100 images, so you get a really good image bank what you can use again and again and again. There's several photographers that now offer this as a package, so they might offer 30 images a month, so they'll come and visit you, whether they need to visit you in your place of work or out and about or at certain clients, whatever it is, but they then agree and you have a couple of 2-3 hours with them, so it's 2-3 hours out of the month, but they will send you the agreed amount of images, edited images, for you to just lift that social media profile. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be salesy, but it's just taking it to that next level of what you need. And the last worst kept secret, hashtags. Now we use a software called Flickr. It is a paid software and it is something you can do yourself. So you can find hashtags easily in your industry. You might already follow some of them, but sometimes it can be hard and you do want to vary your hashtags when you use them. You might see information about hashtags being out of date or hashtag not used anymore or not relevant, but on Instagram especially, whilst you can still search by a hashtag or follow a hashtag, they are definitely relevant. For example, a couple of accounts, I run an account for a pub. I will follow the location of the pub, so it's a hashtag of the village and town nearby, and they're regularly tagged in when they're in a landscape picture of the village, and I'll share that for people. Obviously, if I see it and I share it, they know it's the pub, they're grateful for it to be shared, etc, etc, and it just goes on to increase the awareness and increase your reach on social media. So hashtags are still relevant and you can spend hours searching through on social media for the ones you want to use and what are the most relevant. However, Flickr also does this for you. So it might be that you search for podcast, but it will give you, 50 other hashtags relating to that, which are a mix of low, medium and high. So the low ones might be 1,000, 20,000 times it's been used. The high ones might be 500,000, 1 million times it's been used. And you want to mix that up. At the end of the day, you don't want a load of hashtags that have been used 1 million times, because then your content just gets lost because it's always being used, so you're not going to be seen on the feed. However, if you use, for example, use our village, where it's been used less than 1,000 times, you won't get lost as much. You're more likely to be seen. And then if a lot of people like your post, then you will be at the top of the search feed for that hashtag. So thanks for listening. That's, as I say, 5 social medias of worst kept secrets, some software to use. Let us know if you download the software, if you have a go of it, if you already use it, maybe you found something that works better for you. Drop us a message and let us know. And if you've enjoyed this short podcast, listen to some more, like and subscribe for more episodes. And if there's other things, if you've got any questions, just get in touch and drop us a message, because I'm sure we'll be able to answer them and help you. Thanks for listening to this episode. We really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please share with a friend who you think needs a bit of help with starting a business or even their small business which they've already got going. Please like and subscribe to our podcast, which always helps a small business or small podcast like us. And check the show notes. We all have everything in there relating to the episode which you might need, might want to read, and links to anyone we've interviewed and certain subjects we've spoken about. And thanks for listening.